Warning, the voices heard in this video are made synthetically using artificial intelligence. Nothing in this video reflects anything actually stated by the real-life individuals involved. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and serious political content will be avoided for that purpose. Enjoy!
Hey boys, can you believe it's been a year since we started Potus's journey?
Well, given Joe's slow-ass brain and your obsession with every D-tier NPC, yes, I can believe it took us a full year just to finish Origins. Can't lie though, I do miss my beloved Potus. Sometimes man was based beyond his years.
We had love, we had loss, and most importantly, we ended the Blight and brought a true legend to the world of Thetis. I honestly have no regrets with our playthrough.
That's true. I think we showed how amazing the dwarf noble is, and how much a dwarf warrior can do. But if I'm being honest, boys, I do think our playthrough would have been slightly more peak if we had chosen Dalish Elf Rogue and gotten that sweet extended lore.
Oh, here we go with this oppressed elf bullshit. The Dalish are lame Obama. If we really wanted to be men of the people, we should have done human noble and become king of Ferelden.
Donald, we would have only become a prince consort at most, you noob. Besides, if we had done Circle Mage, we could have blew past this game in half the time and prevented at least 1 or 2 of your 5 deaths.
Joe, you robe-loving, sleepy, skill-issued simp. Our videos would have been boring as hell if we played that overpowered and overused class. Everyone loves a good warrior main, and a human noble fighter fits the Origin trailer too.
Well, we could have also added to our body count by rizzing up the Desire Demon.
Joe, you goddamn old. Actually, okay, that might be a base take, but I would sooner romance win than play a mage that isn't Morrigan.
Well, that's nice, boys, but Dalish Elf is still the best, and it's the only Origin that has a unique interaction in 2, making it the most thematic.
I mean, I guess we will never know who's right since we already did our series. It's not like we have a time machine or another free 30 hours to do a brand new series.
Nah, screw that. I'm playing Origins right now, and you all are gonna sit and watch the greatness of the human noble Origin.
Well, screw that. I still have my original Hello Kitty pink laptop we first played on. I'm going to show you how goated the Mage Origin really is.
Oh, please, like anyone would want to watch that.
Actually, boys, for the first time in this country, your bickering might have come up with a good idea. Why don't we all play our favorite Origin and create a highlight of all the Origins to satisfy everyone?
Okay, well, we don't need to play Dwarf Noble again, but that still leaves City Elf and Dwarf Commoner who's going to play those.
Did someone say Dragon Age Origins, boys?
Holy shit, an entrance where you actually heard the right thing we were talking about.
You guys are still goddamn playing the first game, hasn't it been a year or something?
Wow, what a convenient and forced introduction. Yes, boys, we are going to play through all the Origins, and we have 2 open slots, so pull out a laptop and let's get down to business.
I finally get to show some base build gameplay. Let's show a true rags to riches story with no triggering topics to City Elf.
Okay, you all have a goddamn addiction, but I never agreed to play along with it. I still have never even played Origins, so I'm out.
George, we will let you play a dwarf.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
So to get the comment question started, what Origin would you have liked to see us play and showcase in the main series? If you could do it over, or if Dwarf Noble was the best choice, let us know.
So since we are the only ones that will play these guys, why don't we make them look like ourselves, boys?
Good idea. One problem, though. I'm going to play a girl to appease all the Cullen lovers out there.
God damn it, of course you are.
I'm also going to play a girl.
Bill, you're going to play a female City Elf.
And you know it, Barack.
Oh, dear God. Also, Donald, I would love to make my guy look like me, but options for black characters in Origins are very, very limited, so I'm going to just make something fun.
Blog about it, but I am going to base my character in honor of the goat tug.
Of goddamn course you are.
Honestly, not bad, George. You got pretty close.
Duncan starts off right away with the yapping.
How funny would it be if we overlaid all the openings at once?
I think that would cause at least one person to mentally break, so let's avoid that.
It feels great to finally get the respect I deserve, boys. This is how you start a game. Grin, only, Jorer, ruff, gorer, woof, bark, bark. I forgot we start the Origin with this asshole. Donald Smash.
All right, we are going to cut back to him. How are the rest of you doing?
I'm being yapped at by this dude with a massive beard. Given my understanding of dwarf society, he is probably the mayor.
Sure, let's go with that, George.
I'm being escorted by Sword Point to take my final exam. Definitely relatable content to some of our viewers.
Damn, imagine armed guards escorting you to take your Econ 101 final. My cousin just woke me up from what I assume was an absolute banger of a bachelorette party last night. What are you up to, Barack?
Well, these humans ran into our woods, so you know me and Tamlin have to bring the smoke.
So your favorite Origin starts with the wrong people coming into your turf, and then you proceed to hold them up with your homie.
Good shit, Joe.
Oh, so now you're suddenly back to normal?
Gamer moments always wake me up. That's just how based I am, Barack. Besides, Hal is off screen now, so let's check out my house.
Donald, if you guys are so rich, why are parts of your house outside and non-insulated? That seems kind of broke.
Well, you would know broke, wouldn't you, Sleepy? But not surprising, you don't understand what a modern design in a house is. Besides, my family is so well off, we even have employees that can slack off on the job, and it doesn't matter, because we have hundreds more.
Smells like cope. Me and George are both broke as hell, but at least our houses are completely insulated from the weather.
So all of us start with family except for Joe, it looks like? That's really sad. There's nothing more important than family.
Fuck them kids who needs family when I have the power of will and nature on my side.
Well, I don't have any blood family, but the Dalish clan is just as close with each other since we all refer to each other as brother and sisters, so it's almost a family. Speaking of will, though, Joe, what spells did you pick?
Going with Winter's Grasp and Walking Bomb, two absolutely base spells, and both can easy clear in the early game, and this Justice wannabe knows it too, that's why he backed down.
Thank God here I was thinking your Paragon ass would only do non-damaging spells also. I found the hidden 11th companion in the series, Sir Gilmore.
Wait, hidden companion, what do you mean?
Well, Joe, there is a popular mod that adds Sir Gilmore as a fully integrated companion for Human Noble. If we did decide on Human Noble, it would have been interesting to use, though he doesn't hold up to the rest of the squad.
BioWare really loves pulling out the temporary companions in their opener, because after you do the errand with Gilmore, he never joins the party again.
Well, speaking of companions, I just got my first one and turned him into a bear funniest shit I've ever seen.
Joe, there's no way your ass figured out the riddles. You looked them up, didn't you?
I ain't saying shit, Fifth Amendment asshole.
What a coincidence the Fade Bear that gave you riddles is the same Fade Bear that attacked me and ate my bro Tamlin.
That would be pretty cool, although I doubt that's actually the same dude.
Well, hey, I just got my first companion too, and he's voiced by Brian Bloom, as all base dwarfs should be.
I'm about to get my first companion too. I'm just doing what any first-time bride should do and shake down random strangers for wedding gifts, especially the drunk ones. But George, I really hope you grow to like Lesky.
Why did that sound so ominous? Of course I like him. He's a base dwarf voiced by a goat voice actor.
No reason, George, you glad you have a new character you like is all. Also, boys, we are 5 minutes in this origin. And we already have our first bit of, say, a reference with this girl saying she doesn't want to go to Ostagar and be in front of soldiers who haven't seen a woman in months.
Incel soldiers at Ostagar is crazy. No wonder they lost the battle.
Max Donnie, that's why I'm just going to give her some silver and have her be on her way. How is your game going, Barack?
Going good. I cleared out the ruins Tamlin wanted to check out and found the Falon Din statue, which for some reason is no longer there. When we come back here in Witch Hunt.
I see why you love Dalish Elf, Barack. The elven lore goes hard, and speaking of elf lore, this scene with the kids not knowing any elven heroes always bugs me. The only reason this scene is here and we can't mention Garahel or Sharton is because Daniel Erickson, the lead writer of the City Elf origin, actually forgot about him. That being said, you can make a one-piece reference here, teaching these kids about an elf who stole from rich humans and hid all of his treasure in one place. Now you just have to find it.
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
Together we can find the great thing that we're looking for.
Okay, enough yapping about the boring elves, boys. I found our best boy, Barkspawn.
Oh, who's a good boy?
So the human noble gets the dog that helped us find the goth girl right at the start. That's pretty peak, I can't lie.
Yeah, getting Barkspawn is dope, but what about the gameplay? You're telling me the best origin according to you, Donald, starts you off with fighting rats, while I'm over here slaying demons.
The enemies don't dictate the best origin, Joe. The story and influence of the origin does. It's not my fault the writers pulled a Dungeon Master George moment because we are level 1.
Hey man, even Baldur's Gate 3 did the rat trope. It's a winning system. Let's see you try to Dungeon Master for once. Also, I'm about to shake this level one crook down for his lunch money and kill him. I guess that's how Mafia Dwarf City works.
Guys, Tamlin keeps touching the mirror like it's a new iPad in the Apple Store. And just like that, the Darkspawn or Elven gods ate him. We don't know now. For sure, the lore keeps changing.
You think you got problems? My best friend Mouse turned out to be a pride demon and is about to no-diff me off screen like his name is Blackbeard.
Yeah, not doing much better over here. Vaughn is here trying to collect women like Pokemon cards. And just like that, there's the second reference to SA in this origin. Thank God Vaughn isn't even bottle level, though.
And Jesus Christ, y'all origins are dark as hell. I mean, I'm a broke criminal, but so far everyone just treats me like scum nothing super dark.
Not mine. I'm over here having my best boy to my left and showing elf girls my Riz on the right. Life is good for Trump.
Well, I'm about to get married, so you're not the only one pulling Donald.
I'm here showing Cullen my Riz, two boys these origins, set up the quick romances perfectly.
Damn, you all reminded me. I should have gone a female Dalish elf could have had the romance dialogue with Tamlin for that extra bit of drama.
Of goddamn course you want a romance with Tamlin, sis Bama?
So you all get love interest, but the one girl I even can attempt to flirt with threatens to call the guard on me when I do.
Skill issue.
I mean, if you want to romance Georgie, I'm sure I could find an Alabama mod for this game, and you can hit up your sister again.
I goddamn hate you, Bill.
Well, thank God Duncan Bridle carried me all the way back to the Dalish camp.
Well, what a coincidence me and Duncan are both standing our ground and having an aura off right now.
Oh, Duncan, that's this tall human dude watching the proving fights. He is the first person besides my sister or my homie Les to not treat me like utter shit pretty based guy.
I'm about to meet him too, although Duncan plays almost no part in the Circle Tower story. He is just kind of there chilling, whereas in every other origin he does something that saves the warden's life or moves the story forward.
I never noticed that, but they really did time the Duncan encounter to be at the start of the second act of all of the origins.
Not human noble, though I met him right at the start, right behind that line, bitch, how?
Human noble being a special snowflake once again. Also, this elf conversation feels especially relevant now that we know the origins of elves in Veilguard. Elves are connected to the Fade better than humans, but not in the way you think, my dude.
Careful, Joe. Let's not spoil shit for Veilguard during a special for Origins. Here's the other reason I love the Dalish Elf Origin Boys. The tragedy of this story leaves room for some incredible role-play moments. Our father was the former keeper and our mother was from another clan, which meant dating each other was forbidden. They met in secret in the woods here, but they were found and attacked by human bandits. Our father died protecting our mother, and our mother, after giving birth to us, couldn't handle the grief of losing our father and killed herself.
Jesus, that's dark as hell. My mom just passed off screen after teaching me everything about fighting and making a cameo appearance in Liliana's song.
My mom's alive but is drunk and hates me, which probably hits close to home with a lot of us boys.
That does leave room for being able to role-play the Dalish elf as despising humans if the player wanted to. This also applies to City Elf for more obvious reasons. Although if your dad was the former keeper, that means you have magic in your bloodline, and we could have been a mage ourselves.
You're right, Joe. There was a cut origin where you could play the Dalish elf as a mage, but it was cut when they wanted to keep the mage origin specific to the circle for dialogue reasons. There is a mod that lets you play a Dalish elf mage, but of course there is a few lore inaccuracies with your origin story, if that happens.
The elves are taking up too much screen time, George. We have to pick up the content train for the superior race.
Donald, please refrain from inciting a fantasy race debate during our videos.
Now you're right, Donald, elves are naturally the enemies of the base dwarves we have to represent. Who is superior? Well, the dude who was supposed to fight is drunker than Obama was during his wedding.
What's that supposed to mean?
So I'm going to pretend to be him, and then for the extra boost, I'll poison my opponent, who honestly doesn't look like he needs it. I mean, look at his eyes, bro. Is already in Astro World.
Wow, George, you're going to poison that guy. What about your proud dwarven honor?
Who cares? A win is a win. At the end of the day, just look at my Mortal Kombat 1 record.
That's a sparking zero quote, George, but I will let you go off. I'm just here talking to the love child of Obama and Joe Aldous, who's the lore keeper of the Kuzlins.
Nice, Donald. He has some of the best world building in the series, from the founding of Ferelden during the Lycanthrope Plague and more recently.
The Ferelden Rebellion, where Orlais occupied Harper's Ford, thanks to Arl Howe's bastard Father Tarleton, siding with them until the combined strength of our based father and the snake Randon Howe took it over and executed Tarleton. Then our combined armies turned the tide along with that other snake Logain.
Donald, did you just yap about lore?
Of course, I just get bricked up when I think about human noble lore and the based Kuzlins.
Guess we have all reached the lore section of our origins. I'm over here learning about the different fraternities in Obama, and Bill are over here learning Dalish history.
Right, you are Joe. The Dalish lore goes hard, and they even included it in City Elf by talking to Alarith.
Joe and Donald both being lore enriched. For the first time, I don't know whether to be impressed or scared, but Obama. I'm learning about how my dude pole ran away from the alienage to join the Dalish scene. Any sight of him?
Yeah, I have him right here. Nice bit of connectivity between the two elven origins. I'm sure he will have a nice, prosperous life in the clan, and nothing bad will happen to him in any future titles.
Well, I won my first match, boys, but that sounds like some heavy foreshadowing. What about you, Joe? Haven't heard from you in a minute.
Yeah, I've been listening to John brag about his forbidden priest girlfriend for the last 10 minutes. This is some high school drama right now, but he is still my homie at the moment, so I have to get a staff of fire to help bust him out of maximum security Hogwarts. The cool thing about this part of the story is there are two options to get to staff, so let's try the harder route that doesn't rat out our friend.
And that's being a true homie. Good shit, Joe. Well, my wedding was nice for about 2 minutes before this C-tier noble came back with armed guards, and no diff my future husband, too.
You going to take that shit laying down, Billy boy?
Well, I would prefer to fight, but the problem with that is this is a cutscene, George, so I am at the mercy of this dude and his powerful pimp hand. If this wasn't a cutscene, I would have already cleared out every human here and been halfway to Ostagar.
Well, that's 2 elves down so far, but I picked up Fenrir and Merrill, and we are about to go find Duncan and Tamlin in the woods now.
I want my beloved elf wife. I want to put on my dog collar and praise her, but I will never forgive BioWare for how simple they made her in Origin. She just looks so plain, and she is missing almost all of her adorable traits that she brings into 2. Definitely the biggest glow up in Dragon Age 2 for me personally. Also looks like I have to clear out the storeroom to get my Rod of Fire. Should be easy goddamn money, though I can't remember what's in here.
I will kindly ask you to look at the before and after of Isabella for best glow up. But while all of you are starting to struggle, I'm over here having a beautiful bonding moment with my family.
Don't worry, son. You'll get to see a sword up close real soon, I promise.
Oh wow, surely the writers didn't have any higher meaning with that.
Goddamn, can everyone stop saying I look pale? I am literally the darkest dude in the entire camp.
Oh shit! There are spider sisters.
All right, the arachnophobia, Joe, you good?
Yeah, I ran away. Screw this girl's favor, though. I'm just going to tell Iraving Jowan's plan and let him sign off on the Rod of Fire and live with the consequences.
Damn, Joe, what about being a loyal bro?
Yeah, that was before spiders were involved. Now it's every man for himself.
Joe, you realize there's a third option. You can go to Enchanter Sweeney, the old guy in the library, and persuade him to sign the Rod of Fire with at least 1 point in coercion. It's the most free method to get the form signed.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Now I feel kind of bad for ratting on Jowan. Pretty cool that they give you so many options to handle this quest, though, and it's only a tutorial mission.
That's why you can't pull the elf girls like me, Joe. You're not a loyal homie, you're a rat. Wait, oh shit, I forgot about this.
Well, Donald, looks like we both know elf girls that like to be penetrated.
Oh, for fuck's sake, really, you two?
Damn it! Only a beautiful goth woman will ever help me get over the loss of whatever her name is.
Also, yes, really, you knew what you were getting into, Barack. Oh, damn, what a surprise. The noble house that gets broken into regularly got broken into again.
Yeah, but this time you don't have a base dwarf to sacrifice yourself when shit gets rough.
That's one role-play story I like to headcanon when I play a city elf romancing Liliana. I bring her with me during the Landsmeet break-in. When we kill Howen, it's like a little date where we find out we've both been here before.
That is both cute and a little cringe, Joe, but back to me. I have been accused of being an imposter. What do I do?
To gaslight them, George, and blame someone else.
Yeah, I tried that and it made it worse. Looks like this scene is about to go hard, though.
Damn, that cutscene did go hard. I have to wait till the end of the Origin for my call to action moment right now. Most action I get is burning off the locks of a door.
Hey guys, remember what my nephew said? Well, looks like he got his wish.
That's fucked up, Donald, but then again, Tamlin got his wish to forever touch the mirror, so I guess we can both relate. Duncan over here is spouting one of the most inaccurate statements in Dragon Age history, saying that Illuvians are Tevener in Origin, as well as used for communication.
Bro is a warrior, not a historian.
Well, while you boys are free as birds, I'm still locked up and about to be tortured by the mayor of the dwarfs since I lost him some money. Don't worry, though, I have a very elaborate way to get out.
Hey, what the?
That's my man George. That's how a real warrior main gets things done. That's why I'm clearing out all of Howe's guys myself.
I'm taking out all of Vaughn's guys myself, but sadly looks like my husband is dead, so I am back on the market, at least for all the waifus in this game.
Damn, everyone is about to be maidenless at the end of their Origins. Except Georgie still has his sister.
Yeah, say that shit next time we play D&D. When I randomly ask you to make a dexterity save, Joe, we will see who's screwing who then.
One thing that's interesting about the City Elf origin is how it's probably the only origin that changes drastically depending on your gender, which is ironic since in character creation, the game says there is no real difference in gender.
Wait, hang on, I just noticed some weird things about your guys' builds. Joe, you haven't equipped you or Jowan with a staff this entire dungeon?
Oh, right. Yeah, I kind of forgot about those. I've just been running in raw with my magic and hoping for the best. Thank God I'm fighting these kinds of sentinels and not the immortal ones they upgrade to during Witch Hunt.
Unsurprising your ass forgot. That just shows how brain-dead easy mages are. You don't even need staffs to be overpowered.
Also, the other detail I noticed is your character, George. Your armor is different than the normal duster armor. Are you wearing the battle dress?
Oh yeah, I am. Since I'm using your guy's account, I got the special armor and I decided to max strength as a rogue since I don't like min-maxing. So I didn't put anything into dex yet, so I guess this is my reward.
Well, if you're maxing strength, you should put down the butter knives and grab a bigger weapon. Ironically, though, George, the build is its own version of min-maxing since that armor gives so much dex that it's practically a cheat, by the way. When is the armor tier list coming, boys?
Not now, Bill, goddammit. I just picked up the How killing sword and I have to start my revenge arc.
Duncan just did his own revenge arc by smashing the mirror. I used to think he was short-sighted by smashing the mirror, since it could have been untainted, unlike a person, but now seeing how the elven gods use the blight, I think he made the right call.
He definitely did, but I think that's just standard Grey Warden protocol when finding anything that is tainted by the Darkspawn.
Well, I found Vaughn, so I'm about to do my own revenge arc on him. Bro is offering me 40 gold to have his way with all my friends and family. That has to be the most evil decision in this game, boys, or hell, even the whole series.
I think betraying Fenris or Alistair to slavery and death might be worse, but not by much.
I'm in my own revenge arc too, boys. I'm about to kill the mayor for threatening my sister and my boy Lesk.
That's right, George. No one gets to threaten your girl.
Bill, I swear to God, you're next after this bearded asshole.
I like where this is going.
Well, I don't have a specific revenge arc in this origin. Everybody who betrays me kind of just gets away with it. But I do get to take my revenge on the system, who has oppressed my girl for years. So it's kind of a revenge arc based on the principle.
Yeah, no, Joe, you're not a part of the club. Mage origin is bottom of the barrel, clearly.
No, it's not. There's tons of good lore. And remember this statue, boys. She's got some massive lore drops in connection with the series as a whole.
Kind of crazy to think about, but you have a point. The Tavinner statue might be the most lore-relevant part of the mage origin as a whole in later titles. Besides, of course, the Mage Warden being related to Hawk if you picked a human.
Meanwhile, I'm staying strong with the Alluvians, elven gods, and even this Dalish clan being a main faction in Dragon Age 2.
Human noble would have been more relevant if How didn't kill my parents and anyone I have ever associated with besides my brother and Barkspawn.
You know, I'm surprised these statues that amplify magic aren't more commonplace in the later games. It seems like that would be something that would have a million uses.
Oh shit, guys, the actual guards found me.
They found me too, George. Looks like we can be roommates real soon.
Oh God, no, I would rather just be taken out here. Also, wait a minute, if I was arrested by the guards, how did I end up in Barat and Jarvia's personal cell?
Well, I assume Birat bribed the guards for them to hand you over, since if you don't play this origin, Birat still dies, but you and Lesk wind up back in the same cell you spawned and captured by Jarvia this time. It's never really explained. So it's another reason Dwarf Commoner's writing doesn't really do it for me. Also, we had a funeral for Tamlin Press F to pay respects.
At least you got a funeral. My dad and mom are going to bleed out where we keep the rice.
Yeah, I just realized I never get a funeral for the unnamed bridesmaid, or my husband. Either you just lucked out Barack.
The base dwarfs stay winning. Only people who died in my origin are my enemies.
Hey, George and Bill, you might want to make room in that cell for me. The Templars found us post-breakout.
Don't be silly, Joe. They are Templars. They don't take mages back alive.
Yeah, that's because they have a 0% success rate at capturing escaped mages.
Eat a dick, you wouldn't understand the grind.
Joe, you don't even have to be worried since you snitched on Jowan anyway. Irving will cover you. Not me, though. I'm taking full blame for what happened and leaving Soros's name out of it.
Look, man, there were spiders. Also, shit, Jowan is using blood magic and running away.
Bro fumbled his girlfriend, too. Looks like everyone ended the day maidenless after all.
Okay, seeing him take Irving a few Templars and Gregor, in a cutscene I can see why we could make this guy a Warden bro has some potential. Looks like we are near the end, boys. It's time to be recruited into the Wardens. I have to join Duncan or literally die to the taint, so I'm locked in.
Well, me and Bill have the choice between the wardens and jail, so I guess our options are pretty locked in, too.
I am only going into the Wardens based on my word, so realistically I don't have to join in the same way you three do. But Duncan is taking me right to the king to snitch on Hal so I can make the connection, I guess.
What the hell was Hal's plan if the king didn't die? Because as far as I know, he had nothing to do with Logain's betrayal.
Yeah, bro has the max luck build and not much else.
Also, I just realized I technically don't have to join Duncan here in this situation. Since I was working with Irving this whole time, I didn't do anything wrong here. I get if I actually was trying to help Jowan, but realistically, I could just continue my life in the circle if I wanted.
Yeah, they really didn't think that people would refuse the call to action, but its true circle mage is probably the only one who could have stayed where they're at safely. Although something tells me if we didn't go with Duncan, Gregoire might have tried to punish us anyway, just because he needed a scapegoat.
Well, we did all the origins, boys. I have to say Dwarf Noble is still my second favorite after Human Noble. I actually teared up again saying goodbye to my parents as they bleed out in front of me. Meanwhile, Circle Mage actually has a lot of problems with Impact and Hook.
Stop being a hater. Donald Circle Mage's first and final act are literal peak. It's plot twist after plot twist, and there's no bigger impact on gameplay and narrative-wise than playing a mage.
Well, I thought Dwarf Commoner had some great lore points on the base dwarves, and overall it's the happiest ending of the bunch.
That's actually true. I mean, I lost my best friend Tamlin in my family, as well as learning about how my parents died.
I lost my soon-to-be husband while the rest of my friends and family have permanent SA trauma, and their situation only gets worse after.
Everyone I know and loved, besides my dog, is dead, while the person who did it is basically the new king of Ferelden.
My best friend lied and betrayed me and also probably hates me because I sold him out.
Meanwhile, my buddy Leska is big chilling, and my sister found herself a rich noble suitor to give her and my mom a better life.
Yeah, and I'm sure none of those things will turn out to be actually terrible or become gilded cages.
What the hell do you mean?
Well, the only way for you to find out what happens is to play the game and return to Orzammer yourself, George. But that's going to call it for this special episode. Overall, I hope we showed a good highlight of the best each origin has to offer, as well as how many of them are structured similarly while giving their own flair. We hope you liked this shorter type of episode. It's not something we plan on replacing the long-form content, but if you enjoy it, maybe we could cover other games similarly. We want to thank everyone who has been on the Dragon Age Origins journey with us this past year. Whether you were here from the start of this year, or you joined somewhere in the middle or at the end, we couldn't have made it through an entire year of consistently posting without all of you. If you like Dragon Age, feel free to join our editor's Discord, and if you like President's AI content from different genres, feel free to join AI Force One, where our editor is a verified creator, along with many other talented creators like Uvox, Shai Kong, and more. We have plenty of fresh content planned for 2025, so stay tuned, and from all of us, stay safe.
Hey guys, the king seems like a really nice guy. He even offered me some fine dwarven ale. I'm looking forward to building a good relationship with this character. Maybe me, the king, and Les can all hang out sometime.
Oh boy,